something I don't like to do, and usually don't do, but there comes a time when you have to speak, and silence is no longer an option. I have stayed silent with regard to Priscilla Boyer, but there comes a time when a person takes a step too far. I knew her from the very beginning. I was there when she came into Elvis's life after Anita had gone.
Priscilla Presley. Now, this story has blown my mind. This is like the dark Hollywood stuff where you're like, can this be true? Can this be true? I've seen it in 3 different publications this week. It is part of...
Priscilla Presley has just released a revealing new memoir, Softly, As I Leave You, Life After Elvis, in which she opens up candidly about the turbulent years following Elvis Presley's shocking death in 1977. The book dives deep into the Presley family's personal struggles and the complicated legacy of the king of rock and roll. However, not everyone agrees with Priscilla's depiction of events, most notably Elvis's cousin, Donna Presley.
Hello, everyone. I'm Donna Presley.
As a fierce critic, vehemently disputing many of the claims Priscilla makes in her memoir. In a pointed 7-minute YouTube video covered by Parade, Donna methodically dismantles Priscilla's narrative, accusing her of attempting to erase Elvis's family from the story of his life. I will not tolerate her continued erasing of the family, nor her efforts to silence the Presleys, Donna declares adamantly. I will rebuke it every time with truth, with evidence, and with the weight of lived experience. Donna Presley is no outsider to the Presley saga. She is the daughter of Nash Presley, Vernon Presley's youngest sister, making her Elvis's first cousin. With a lifetime spent close to the family, she spent countless summers at Graceland and even lived there for a significant time. Given this proximity, Donna clearly sees herself as an insider with a unique perspective on the family's history, and one not afraid to defend it. Her grievances with Priscilla run deep and long-standing. Donna confesses that she has mostly remained silent about Priscilla over the years, but felt compelled to speak out now because Priscilla has taken a step too far. She recalls her first-hand experience from the very beginning of Priscilla's involvement in Elvis's life after Anita Presley's departure, saying, "I saw and heard many things I have chosen not to reveal. I know exactly who she is." Among the many points of contention, Donna challenges the accuracy of certain dates Priscilla presents, vehemently denies the portrayal of Elvis as a man struggling with drug abuse, and criticizes Priscilla's controversial views on the alleged abuse Lisa Marie Presley suffered from a former boyfriend. Donna insists Elvis never misused drugs and accuses Priscilla of discrediting Lisa Marie's claims, deepening the family's wounds. Donna's critique extends beyond mere factual disputes. She accuses Priscilla of long-standing, deliberate efforts to tarnish Elvis's legacy in interviews and public statements. She would smile, soften her voice, say something pleasant, and then in the same breath deliver something cutting and demeaning about Elvis. It was veiled in charm, wrapped in a performance of sweetness, Donna recalls bitterly. But what followed desecrated his memory. This became her deliberate pattern of diminishing him. These perceived betrayals, Donna says, inflicted profound scars on the Presley family, with many loved ones passing away, carrying that pain. Despite the passage of time, Donna refuses to fade into silence. "I had prayed that time would bring wisdom, that age would bring peace," she confesses. But she, Priscilla, has not stopped. She expresses disbelief at Priscilla's repeated public declarations that Elvis was the love of her life, asking, "What kind of love humiliates a man in death, undermines his daughter, and wounds his family? Love does not do this." With fierce determination, Donna stands as the last of her line, fighting to protect Elvis's honor, defend his daughter Lisa Marie, and uphold the family's legacy. The time for silence is over, she affirms. This ongoing conflict shines a stark light on the complexities surrounding Elvis Presley's legacy, where love, loyalty, memory, and truth collide in ways that still resonate decades after the king's passing. Each woman speaks from her own place of grief and devotion, yet their clashing narratives reveal a family saga as turbulent and compelling as any rock and roll anthem. Concluding from all these, Priscilla is pathetic and selfish. Listen to this clip. This will shock you.
You and I have both been following this with really, really forensic attention. She has been making the rounds on morning television and talking about the last time she saw her daughter. Now, before that, we have to get into the bulk of this New York Times piece. So I'm just going to set the table a little bit. The 80-year-old would-be Queen of Graceland and self-appointed gatekeeper of all things Elvis, which is so pathetic and so ghoulish, has been making the media rounds for her new memoir. Trust me, do not buy this book. I have it. I've read it. Don't buy it. It's called Softly As I Leave You. Now, if that isn't a Freudian title for days, given what we are talking about. So there, of course, is only one question any of these so-called journalists should be asking Priscilla Presley, which means, of course, they are not asking her. So we here at The Nerve will do it, okay? And that question, of course, is, hey, did you kill your daughter as alleged in a lawsuit by two of your former business partners so that you could wrest control of an estate founded by your ex-husband who died 48 years ago and whose last name you still drag around like a grave robber, like a crypt keeper? Okay, first I am going to read the salient piece of this lawsuit filed against Priscilla by her former business associates Brigitte Cruz and Kevin Fialco. According to a report by Matt Stevens in the New York Times dated August 15th, 2025, I quote from the New York Times piece, in the court papers, lawyers for Ms. Cruz and Mr. Fialco also made a bold accusation that is sure to escalate the dispute, do you think? After Lisa Marie was rushed to the hospital in 2023 following a cardiac arrest, the lawsuit says, quote, Priscilla pulled the plug, end quote, on her daughter as part of an effort to, quote, regain control, end quote, of the family trust. Priscilla, the Times continues, this is quoting the lawsuit, excuse me. Priscilla, who knew that Lisa was in the process of taking steps to remove her, Priscilla, as the sole trustee of Lisa's irrevocable life insurance trust, saw an opportunity to regain control, the lawsuit said. Priscilla had acted, the lawsuit said, even though Lisa Marie had an advance healthcare directive. These are things that are in writing. They are legal documents in place that made clear that she wanted her life, quote, to be prolonged as long as possible. A lawyer for Ms. Presley, Marty Singer, condemned the allegation in a 2-page statement in which he called the new filing, quote, one of the most shameful, ridiculous, salacious, and meritless lawsuits I have seen in my practice. I've not read the 2-page document, but that little sentence fragment is not a denial, just my opinion. Kinsey, what do you make of this bombshell allegation?
What you guys think of Priscilla as a person? Let me know in the comments section how you feel about Priscilla. Please subscribe, like, and hit the notification button for more videos.